Willie D Live.
It's Willie D, y'all, back with another episode of information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. Streaming live, my man, the smart guy. What's up, King?
Oh man, what's up, brother?
Hey, man, I can't call it. I might stall it.
Right,
Look, man, you ain't stalling. I know for one thing, man, you killing it out there, man, and you doing your thing, and it's amazing seeing somebody like yourself who has such strong convictions stand 10 toes down on business, no backing up, straightforward, and unapologetic.
right.
You get a whole lot of love, but you also get your fair share of detractors.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, I no, I think, I think there's an imbalance though, right? I definitely think that I receive more love than 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 hate, and I think more people are supportive of my viewpoints and my messaging points. It's just that I'm so unapologetically politically incorrect that it makes it hard for some individuals to publicly show their in agreement with what I'm saying. But internally, there's a there's an agreement with what I'm saying, because when I meet people in other places and off camera, off the record, man, they give me their flowers in private. They give me my flowers in private, so to say.
Right,
Hmm.
right. You from Harlem, man. How was it like growing up in Harlem?
Man, I don't know. I don't think it necessary for me. It wasn't necessarily the borough. It was a lot, right? Like, bouncing from group home to group home, foster home to foster home, shelters, drug programs. It just was a lot of uneasiness, anxiety, and unstableness. And I just remember my earliest memories were about survival, right? Trying to find ways to survive. That was, like, that was the biggest thing for me, right? Like, my mother was a drug addict. My father wasn't around, and my mom didn't care about making sure I was good. So I would say growing up for me was just man, it was tough. It was tough. It was tough. It was tough.
Who was there around you to give you any type of positive advice? Just somebody that you could look at. Was it somebody like maybe in the house, outside of the house, a family member, somebody in the neighborhood, somebody on TV? Who inspired you? Because you could have easily became a statistic, and at one point, I know that you didn't care if you became a statistic or not. So, how did you wrap your head around the idea that I'm a smart guy for real? I'm a smart guy. I'm not a dummy. If I'm a smart guy, then that means that I got to move in a way that the average cat don't move. I can't go out like a chump when I'm supposed to be the smart guy. I can't go out like a sucker. At some point, something had to click in you that made you say, you know what? I'm not going to be a statistic. I'm gonna prove everybody wrong.
Well, I would say it was God, right? I didn't have it for me. There were no there was no inspirations. I didn't have any inspirations. You know, um, I was molested by my mother. I didn't have my father around. I'm in group homes. I just remember always being angry. I'm in survival mode. I didn't love myself. I had abandonment issues. There were At 12 years old, I wanted to kill myself, right? So I didn't have any type of the first inspiration I got was from God, and that's when I was in prison. I was in Southport Box, right? So didn't never it wasn't about inspiration. It just was about survival. I was desensitized, so I didn't have a conscience. So I'm selling drugs. I'm committing all types of crimes, robberies, kidnappings. I'm really heavy in the street growing up, and there was no, it was just complete darkness, and I felt empty. I didn't want to live, so I didn't care if I was killed. I didn't care at the time. I didn't care what happened to me. I didn't value myself. So there was no inspiration. There was no um, goal lining. It was just madness. A lot of pain, a lot of confusion. I was getting high every single day, smoking, drinking. Smoking cigarettes. I used to smoke 5 packs of cigarettes a day. I used to drink fucking like I don't know how many Coronas. I would probably drink like 9 Coronas a day, because I found out that the cigarette, if you smoke the cigarette and you drink the Corona, it kind of boosts the cigarette a little bit, right? And so I was, man. Then I drink the Henny. I was out of my fucking mind, right? So yeah, I didn't have any inspiration. I didn't turn it around. God turned it around for me. The devil beat me.
But
The
but how,
devil.
but God has always been present in your life. So at what point did you visualize him? What point did you recognize that he was present in your life,
In
and
prison.
that he actually wanted to help you become a better person?
In prison. See,
What specific incident though?
yeah. So a lot of times when people say, this is why I think what makes me unique is I just keep it real. A lot of people, they like to say what they think should be the answer because they lying, right? They full of shit. I didn't have no. I went to prison. I'm in Southport Box. I'm doing,
You talking about
my, huh?
R. Kelly? I mean, not I mean Eric Kelly. He was boxing.
No, I'm in Southport Box.
Oh, Southport, Port
I'm in
box. Okay,
Southport Box.
okay, gotcha.
It's the solitary confinement, 24-hour lockdown. I was in Southport Box, okay?
Gotcha.
And I was doing time in Southport Box for a cutting. The person that had stabbed me, I got stabbed up really bad. The person that stabbed me, I end up cutting that person, and I end up going back to the box. So
Okay.
the craziest thing in the world was, even me thinking about it. I'm in Southport Box, and I gave up. I'm doing a year in the box. You know what being in the box for a year, being in the hole for a year does to your mind? You start going crazy. You know,
Mhm.
my mom was playing tricks on me. No pun intended, right?
Yeah.
And I just gave up. I gave up. I gave in to the devil. At that point, I was willing to sell my soul. I ain't give a fuck.
Hmm.
I'm talking to the devil. Look, man, whatever you need me to do, that's it. I'm done, because I felt like God abandoned me. I felt like God forsaken me. I just felt like it was too much shit. It was too much shit going on. And then when you in a box and you in 24-hour lockdown and you in Southport Box, you don't have Southport Box was like a concentration camp for the so-called Jews. And they closed down Southport Box. I mean, every night brothers was getting killed. Police coming in your cell in the middle of the night, beating you, pepper spraying you, tasering you, stomping you out, breaking your bones. Or it was just madness. And I just kept thinking to myself, like, the fuck am I? Like, like, God, why am I fucking here? And I just was upset. And I felt like my life shouldn't have ended up the way it ended up. So I got stabbed. I got stabbed in the head. I could have died over a fucking box of chicken. I get stabbed in the head, right? And then from there, I got sent to the box. The people that stabbed me dropped the slip on me. I didn't want to tell who stabbed me, so I had to do 30 days in a box for unreported injuries. So now I'm doing 30 days in a box
Stop,
for.
stop, please, and hold that thought. You said you had to do 30 days in the hole for unreported injuries. So if you get injured and you don't tell them, you don't report the injury, they put you in the hole.
They put me in the hole for 30 days, unreported injuries. Yes.
Man, these people crazy, man. Wow.
Listen, check it. So now I go, and I get stabbed. So I get stabbed, right? And then the person that stabbed me, they was banking on, because a lot of times when people get stabbed and they go in that sergeant office and the sergeants, they pressure you, these dudes be telling, we see it all the time, right? in the interrogation room, the police put the pressure on, the motherfuckers start pointing fingers. I ain't say nothing. They asked me what happened. I said, I got hurt playing basketball. So they said, oh yeah? Bullshit. 30 days. So now I'm in the hole, 30 days. I'm madder than the motherfucker, right? Now, once I got released from the box, guess what they did? They put me back in the same house that I got stabbed in, and the same people that was in that house that stabbed me was still there. They knew who stabbed me because the person who stabbed me told that they stabbed me. But indirectly, they dropped a slip to get me removed, hoping that I would tell who stabbed me. I mean, yeah. So it was like the person that stabbed me snitched on me, but nobody knew they snitched on me. But they was hoping that I would snitch on them, and then I get removed, and then I couldn't have an opportunity to retaliate.
Right.
So I get out of the box. I'm already upset. Once I see where I'm going, I'm like, oh, y'all putting me right back. I'm like, all right, bet. Soon as that same day, I cut the person who stabbed me. I cut him. I caught a new charge. Now I got to go back to the box for a year for cutting the guy who stabbed me, right? And now when you go to the box, the police, they beat you up really bad. They smack you, mace you. First they handcuff you, right? They handcuff you. They beat you up, throw you in a black van. Throw you in a black van with no seats in it. Throw you on the floor with your handcuffs. They kicking you, beating you in the van. Then they take you to the part of the jail where they have the box. Then they beat you some more. Boo, 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 boo. Right? So I'm going through all this shit. And then the sergeant, they take me in a room. Now they have to record you. They have to have you make a statement that you're healthy and you went to the box in shape. So basically, you can't you can't file for a lawsuit because a lot of people, they go to the box, they get broken ribs. The police beat the shit out you, right? So I'm in the sergeant office and he looks at me dead in the eye. This big old Ku Klux Klan looking white motherfucker, right? And he's like, you know we kill niggas in here, right? You know that, right? And when I press record on this tape and I ask you, do you have any injuries? You better not say nothing. Mind you, my ribs is fucked up. I got a fractured wrist, ankle fucked up. They done stepped over it. Like they really beat the shit out of me, right? And he's like, you better not say anything happened to you. If you say anything happened to you, you won't eat. We'll starve you. We will kill you here. We kill niggas here. Is that understood? I go, yep, it's understood. He pressed record. He said, now, do you feel healthy? I said, nope. Y'all beat the shit out of me. You just said if I say anything, you won't eat. You kill me. You kill nigga. I went off, and he pressed stop on the recording and looked at me crazy. He said, "Oh, you still got some fight in you, right?" I said, "Hey, man, it is what it is." You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? So and then they took my official statement, which thank God I did it because that kind of gave me some type of a protection because they had to turn that shit in, right? And then me being in the box, it was hard, man. It was horrible, right? Small ass room, metal bed with no mattress on it. The toilet bowl is by your head. The shower is by your feet, like literally, like your toilet bowl is damn near your pillow. And at the tip of your bed, it's a small shower, like a shower you gotta go in like this, right? We take showers once a week, and the water only comes on for 1 minute, and it's cold water, right? So this is Southport Box, and I just was that experience alone. It was enraging me. So every day I'm going through this, and I'm just like. Then we don't know when the shower's gonna come on, so we had to learn to listen to really listen to the water going through the pipes. So you know the shower, but you gotta hurry up. You only got a minute shower. So after 4 months of me missing showers, I finally had the timing of the water going through the pipes down pat to know when they was going to do the shower for that day. And it never was consistent. So I'm going through all this, right? Then I end up on a loaf. Because the officer that fractured my wrist, when they took me to the box, I was in handcuffs. They stepped on the handcuffs. I thought my hand was broke, right? I see him working a shift. I remember it. I splashed them. So when you splash somebody, you take a toothbrush, like a toothpaste bottle. You rip the bottom of it. You pee in it. You roll it up a little bit. You stick it under your door and you step on it. And when they come to your cell, the piss goes up and hits them in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I splashed them. You know, he pulled a pin. They come 12 deep, big metal shields, beat the shit out of me, batons, drag me. Now look, they dragged me out of Southport box and put me in another box under Southport box. Then they put me on the loaf. Yo, bro, the loaf is you get a piece of bread, 12 slices of bread, and one old musty head of cabbage, right? And that's all you eat for 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, they give you a new hard-ass piece of bread and a new piece of cabbage, and you got no bed, and they turn your toilet bowl off. So you in a cell with no shower, no bed, and it's just a toilet bowl, but the toilet bowl is turned off. So when you piss and shit, you smelling all that piss and shit, right? I don't know how the fuck they got away with doing this type of shit. So I'm on the loaf, I'm in the box, inside of the box, and now I'm having a conversation with God like, fuck you. Like, this shit is, man, fuck this shit. That's when I quit. That's when I gave up. And I said, if I make it out of this situation alive, the first person I come with contact with, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. And I laid on the floor, and it's crazy. I was going crazy, bro. I laid on the floor, butt-ass naked, so cell smell like piss and shit, and I'm just laying there. And I just gave up. And that's when I gave up. And that's when God, and I say this all the time, that's when I felt like God told the devil, you can't have this one. And God intervened. And then I started having like premonitions, and I started having visions of what my life was going to be like. And it was crazy because I actually cried. I didn't cry in a long time. I could count on one finger. I could count on a Ninja Turtle. I could count on a Ninja Turtle's hand how many times I cried and still have fingers left. Do you understand? You know the Ninja Turtle hand? You ever seen a Ninja Turtle?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker got 3 fingers,
Like
man.
2 fingers, right? Right.
I can count on a Ninja Turtle fucking hand how many times I cried and still have fingers left to spare. And God just made me cry. God just literally made me cry. And I'm laying on the floor like this, like how the fuck am I? It's like my eyes was like faucets, and God was making me cry. And it was like the scariest thing because I was like, I don't cry. Like, how am I crying? And it just scared the shit out of me. And I just let go. And all the pain, oh man, all the years, all the pent up, the things with my mom, my brothers, my everything just hit me all at once. You know, hit me all at once. And I broke down and I just asked God. I was just like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't make it. I'm not gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. And you know, they say God only puts, you know, a burden that you can carry on your shoulders. I'm looking up like, yo, these shits gonna crack right now. It's a wrap. I can't. It's you put a penny on top of this load. You put literally a penny on. I'm dying. It's over. And I just felt like God gave me the necessary revelations and visions that I needed to see. And I just felt like I had a new life. I felt like I felt like I was reborn. I felt like, you know, my life had purpose. And then I immediately started praying. I finished my time in the box, inside the box, then made it back to the regular box, finished that time. When I got back to population, I just started reading, studying. I began that process of cultivating a new self-image that I saw of myself in my subconscious mind. And I began doing the necessary work to self-educate and develop myself.